Good evening, my fellow foodies. I hope you've all had a wonderful day and you're all ready for the next instalment on the Jacksons Don't Just Juice. So for today, I am going to whip you up a nice, quick, simple, easy and cheap carbonara. So here we go. Here's your basic ingredients for your nice, quick, cheap and easy carbonara. As I say, this is just a take on a carbonara, so please don't judge it against an actual Italian restaurant. This is just a at-home, quick, simple and easy. So we've got some tortellini, bit of bacon. You can use cooking bacon, rashers, lardons. You can use whatever you want with regards to the bacon or the ham. Obviously a bit of salt and pepper, some cream cheese, a chopped onion, some chives. Now the chives are from our garden, and as you can see, I've chopped these up quite neatly, nice and neatly. I've done this using scissors. I found that's the easiest way to do that. Obviously a bit of lemon, and for us we also put some corn in there. Now you will see when we get to the end of the video that we also throw a bit of chilli in ours. That's purely because myself and my husband, we like a little bit of spice in everything. Please don't feel you have to. This is just our take on it. Let's start with your carbonara. I have boiled the kettle already for the pasta. So I just wanted to speed a little bit up for yourselves for viewing. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get a little splash of oil in my pan, just ready to sweat those onions out a little bit and get that bacon started going. So you just want to put your oil on a medium heat. Get that heating up a little bit. Now this particular tortellini I've got is a frozen one. You get this from Iceland. I think it's about a couple of pounds if that. Cooks in 4 minutes. You don't quite want to put this in just yet. Obviously the water's already boiled, so it's just going to literally be 4 or 5 minutes that pasta's done. So we really want to get the bacon and things going first. So as the oil comes up to heat, you want to get your onions and just get those in there. As I say, make sure it's on a medium heat. So I've already pre-cut all these ready to just speed obviously the process up for us. So now that my onions have sweated for 5 minutes, I've just thrown the bacon in there. I didn't think you wanted to watch the onions sweat for the whole 5 minutes. It's as exciting as watching paint dry. Nobody really wants to watch that. So yeah, this is still on a medium heat, so we just keep stirring this frequently. Obviously, if you feel like the heat's a bit too intense, do turn it down. Mine's about on a third, I'd say, at the moment. Again, just keep stirring it, keep letting that sweat away. While that's doing that, we're going to get the tortellini in. So this is really nice and simple. Pop it in your pan, pop your boiling water in there. Make sure it's well covered. Stick your oven on, make sure it comes up to boil first. Obviously if you've done what I've just done and boiled the kettle, it won't take very long to bring that up to boil. And once that comes up to boil, you want to turn it down to a medium heat and just cook for 5 minutes. It's already pre-done, so you're just rehydrating the pasta more than anything. So while our pasta's starting to come up to boil, it's at this point that myself and my husband would have the chilli. Now I fully understand that people with a carbonara will put garlic in there, they put mushrooms in there. My husband's not a fan of garlic and he's not a fan of mushroom. He's also not a fan of peppers, which is one of my favourite things, which is why on this particular dish we're having to adapt it and change. So I'm compromising with chive, compromising with the corn, and then we're going to throw some chilli in there. I say it is just a twist on it. So basically the carbonara is my base. The carbonara is the thing that's the inspiration behind the food. Everything else is just I go with the flow and just take on whatever I want. Hopefully from this you'll be able to find your own inspiration, your own take on what you want to do, what spices and things go with it. If you want the most simple, basic, normal carbonara, your average tender carbonara, right at the beginning when you'd put the onions in, you'd put a little bit of garlic in there as well, sweat those out. Obviously you'd still cook your ham. Ideally it'd be pancetta, it wouldn't be bacon, but obviously we're doing it on a budget. You'd use obviously your full fat, rich creamy cheese, the likes of your Philadelphia. And you put your mushrooms in right at the end. Don't put your mushrooms in at the beginning because they will sweat and they will shrivel. But as I say, this is my own adaptation, our own take on it. And it's just it compromises our food taste, shall we say. So as you can see, this is coming together nicely now. So what I'm going to do is turn the heat right down, so I'll put that down to nearly the minimum. And this is where I'm going to be adding the corn and the cream cheese. So if we add the corn first, get that in there. Now this is about a half a tin of sweet corn. You can use frozen corn, but if you do, I would suggest that you do drain some of the fluid out of your pan before you put your cheese in it. That's the only downside, I'm afraid. And then here comes the chives. There's a little bit of cream cheese in there. Now this is a full pot of your standard size Philadelphia. If I look at the pot itself, so this is a 180 grams. So if anybody wants the exacts, it's 180 grams of Philadelphia. And as you can see, while I'm doing this, the pasta's now starting to boil away in the corner over here. So this is nearly done. I'm just going to turn that heat down a minute and give that a quick stir. Just while I'm getting this sauce together. Yeah, that pasta's very much done now. Didn't take very long at all. In fact, I'm going to turn that off the heat. And let's get the rest of this cream cheese in here. I need a tiny dash of lemon. Now, if you can either use, obviously, the pre-done lemon juice or just a squeeze of a lemon. You don't need very much, just a little bit of a drizzle, just to give a bit of an edge to it. And that goes in there. And then a little bit of milk. Now the milk is, you just have to judge. It depends on the cream cheese, it depends on the meat. Obviously you're still wanting a sauce consistency. If you use just the cream cheese, you might find it's a bit clarty. So I tend to add milk in there. Now it's not full fat milk in this particular one. It is semi-skimmed. So obviously if you do have children at home, so you mainly have full fat milk, please just bear that in mind, that you've got the rich creaminess of the cream cheese. Personally, I would recommend getting a low-fat cream cheese if you're using a full-fat milk. That's just my own personal taste. By all means, if you want to use full-fat milk and full-fat cheese, go ahead. Nobody's judging you here. We're just here to try and help and bring together the cooking community. So as you can see, this is coming together really nicely now. I am going to add some sweet chilli in it. Again, that's just mine and Lee's take. That's just how we like it. He likes spice on everything. I think on a Sunday dinner, if we could, we would be having wasabi sauce. But that's just his home taste buds. So yeah, there's a drizzle of sweet chilli in there. Just going to give that a stir up. And again, we kept this on a low heat because it can curdle very quickly. And we don't want that to happen. Obviously, we want to maintain this nice creamy richness of a sauce. So I am just going to drain the pasta, and I will be back momentarily. Right, so that's the pasta all drained. Sauce is obviously still gently stirring away. So it's just a case of stir your pasta in. Obviously make sure all your stove hobs are off, obviously. Just give that a nice gentle stir. Now you see, the kind of spoon I'm using is like a spatula spoon. I'm using that so I can gently stir the pasta. With it being tortellini, I don't want to pop the packages. We don't want spinach and ricotta coming out everywhere, do we? And that's it, really. Obviously, we just serve it up into a bowl. And that's your nice, simple, easy, straightforward carbonara. So, my fellow foodies, that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed that one. As I say, I'm really looking forward to the feedback. If anybody's got any tips, any questions, anything that they want to share on the group, by all means go ahead. And that's me signing out for the night. You all take care and stay safe.